Children, Himalayan river system. Most of the Himalayan rivers are perennial. It means that they get water throughout the year from melting of snow as well as from rain. The three Himalayan rivers are Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra. They originate from the north of mountain range. Himalayan rivers have long course from their source of origin to sea. They form intensive erosional activity. You can see here in this diagram, most of the Himalayan rivers, they have three major courses. One is upper course, another is middle course, then lower course. In upper course, Himalayan rivers, they do intensive erosional activity. They form deep gorges, canyon, etc., waterfall. In the middle course, river start entering into the plain area and form loop-like structure and floodplain also. Here the rivers form the floodplain. Whereas in the lower course, the depositional activity became more intensive. Due to depositional activity, the river loop cut off and it lead to the formation of Oxbow Lake. Due to excessive depositional activity, river form this thing, floodplain, as well as they bifurcate also due to the deposition of sediment. As we have seen, Hooghly river, Hooghly is a distributary of river Ganga. Due to the intensive depositional activity, the river divide into two branches. One enters into Bay of Bangladesh and another move towards south, as I have told you in the terms. Now at delta region, when rivers meet sea or ocean, rivers started depositing all the sand and silt which it carry, and this led to the formation of delta. You can see in the course of river, different sediments are deposited in the middle of the river course. Now let us talk about rivers in detail. So first we talk about the river Indus system. River Indus rises in Tibet near Lake Mansarovar. You can see here is Mansarovar Lake and this is river Indus. River Indus enter India in the Ladakh district of Jammu Kashmir. It forms picturesque gorges in this part. Gorges means children deep valleys, and then here some tributaries like Jaskar, Numra, Shayok, and Hunza they join river Indus in this region, Jammu Kashmir region. Then river flows through the Balistan and Gilgit. This is Gilgit region and emerge from the mountain at Attock and Satluj, the Byas and the Ravi. Satluj, this is river Satluj here, with then Byas, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum. These are the tributaries of river Indus. This is children Jhelum. You can see Jhelum river. ये इस तरीके से फ्लो कर रही है झेलम. Then we have Chenab, then Ravi like this, then Byas, and then Satluj. Satluj also originate from near Mansarovar Lake. This is river Satluj, and all these tributaries they join at Mithankot. Mithankot is in Pakistan, and then move towards south. The total length of river Indus is about 2,900 kilometers. Indus is one of the longest river. Now, according to Regulation Act 1960, there was a treaty between India and Pakistan related to Indus water, also known as Indus Water Treaty 1960. According to this treaty, India can use only 20% of total water carried by the river Indus system. This water is used for irrigation in Punjab, Haryana, and southern and western part of Rajasthan. Now come to river Ganga. River Ganga, its total length is about 2,500 kilometers. The river Ganga is having two head streams. One is Alaknanda and another is Bhagirathi. Both Alaknanda and Bhagirathi they meet at Devprayag place in Uttarakhand. From here the river is known as Ganga. Ganga rises from Gangotri Glacier. And at Haridwar, Ganga enters the plain area. You can see here, Ganga is joined by many tributaries like Yamuna. Yamuna is one of the longest river also, as well as tributary of river Ganga. Yamuna originates at Yamunotri Glacier and move parallel to Ganga and then turn towards east and join Ganga at Allahabad or Prayagraj. This is Prayagraj and this is Devprayag. Don't get confused. Now Allahabad is known as Prayagraj. Clear? Another tributaries of river Ganga you can see here: Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi. They join river Ganga from north, and river Son join Ganga from south. Then Yamuna, tributaries of river Yamuna, Chambal, Betwa. One more is Ken, but here it is not mentioned because of seasonal rivers. So now come to the total length of river Ganga. As I told you, it is 2,500 kilometer. Ambala. Ambala is located on water divide. This is Ambala, children. Ambala, as I told you, act as a water divide. What is water divide? An upland which separate two drainage basin. So this is Indus drainage basin and this is Ganga drainage basin. Pura. Now you can see because of this upland, this river Indus is moving towards west, whereas Ganga is moving towards east. So this is an upland which separate two drainage basin. Now plain of Ambala and to Sundarban, the stretch is over. यहाँ से लेकर Ambala से लेकर Sundarban तक. This stretch is about 1800 kilometer. यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक. And there is a fall of 300 meter. Now what is this? The meaning of this sentence? Children, now see here. I am explaining you. See, this is Ambala here and this is Sundarban. So Sundarban is located almost at sea level, whereas Ambala is an upland. So height of Ambala is about 300 kilometer. So from Ambala till here there is a fall of 300 kilometer. It means Ambala is at the height of 300 kilometer. 300 meter, sorry, not kilometer. It will be 300 meter. Okay. So at the height of Ambala is about 300 meter, whereas Sundarban is at zero level, means sea level. So 0 meter, we can say. Clear? Now, if we see from Ambala till here, the stretch is about 1800 kilometer. It means that every 1 meter for for every 6 kilometer there is a fall of about 1 meter. Height का जो fall होगा वो 1 meter का होगा. See, the sentence is given here. The plain from Ambala to the Sundarban stretch over nearly 1800 kilometer, but the fall in its slope is hardly 300. In the other word, there is a fall of just 1 meter for every 6 kilometer. Therefore, river develop a large meander. क्लियर हो गया? तो अम्बाला की जो हाइट है वो 300 मीटर की है, सुंदरबन सी लेवल पे है, और अम्बाला से सुंदरबन का जो डिस्टेंस है वो 18 किलोमीटर का है. तो हाइट अम्बाला की 300 है. इसका मतलब कि हर 6 किलोमीटर की दूरी पर 1 मीटर का फॉल है. इज इट क्लियर? नाउ कम टू नेक्स्ट treaty, that is Namami Gange. This is given in your book. Do you know fact है? The Namami Gange program is an integrated conservation mission approved as a flagship program by the Union government in June 2014 to accomplish the twin objective of effective abatement of pollution, conservation and rejuvenation of the national river Ganga. So name the mission which was initiated to conserve and to make river Ganga pollution free. That is Namami Gange Mission 2014. The objective is to control the pollution, to conserve and rejuvenate the river Ganga. Now come to another river, that is Brahmaputra river. Brahmaputra river rises in Tibet east of Mansarovar Lake, very close to the source of Indus and Satluj. It is slightly longer than Indus. Most of its course lies outside India. It flows eastward parallel to Himalayas. On reaching Namcha Barba, it takes U-turn and enter India in Arunachal Pradesh through a gorge. Here it is called Dibang and Lohit, and many tributaries to form Brahmaputra in Assam. Now see here in this map, this is Tibet region, Mansarovar Lake. This is river Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra run parallel to the Tibet and then takes a U-turn. Here is Namcha Barwa peak. From Namcha Barwa peak, it takes U-turn and enter into India. Here river Brahmaputra known as Dibang, Dihang and Lohit. These are the tributaries which together join and forms Brahmaputra river. Brahmaputra in Assam. Here you can see